Hello everybody and welcome to the Canadian GP here for PA SimRacing. I am your commentator, Cobbles, and also streamer. Poles doesn't happen to be here today, not A350, but I should be okay for today's session, hopefully. Just about to get ready, nearly time. Getting ready for Q1, cars lining up behind the safety car as told by everybody really. We have, I think that's Matt, and we got McLaren's there. Attendance should be getting better, I think that's either Fax or TXH, so getting more and more drivers attending. And we should see that as a bit of a trend throughout the whole session. Drivers should be joining throughout that time. Fax, of course, our championship leader coming into this race. He won 3 in a row before a bit of a problem in Las Vegas. That doesn't matter though, because he's still undisturbed at the top of the standings. As his main rival, Alan, also didn't finish that race. So everybody lining up behind the safety car. Should be time very, very soon. There you go. We're Project Apex Sim Racing. The Canadian Grand Prix is about to get underway for qualifying right now in the very, very wet conditions. And here we go. Ferrari, I think that's Matt, leading out before anybody else onto the track. Let's head up to the main menu. Right. Here we go. No driving backwards for anybody who needs to be concerned there. So, of course, here I completely forgot. Right. For everybody in the Discord server, I'm actually about to start streaming now. So, here we go. We have Esteban Ocon. He's actually a good driver. I've known about him. He's obviously recently joined the server as an Aston Martin driver. That's a new driver or a new face for us. Altus, he's competed most of the races this season. TXH in the Red Bull. He has now attended this session. Ysai, finally, after a couple races without him, he is back in Canada. So, we have all of these drivers. You're just Maxi in the Ferrari, Hukadaki in the Sauber, and Shah in the Red Bull. Where is Thax, interestingly? What's happened to CXH? Let's have a look. Oh, he's lost his front right, sorry. That's not good for him in that Red Bull. Obviously, YSI, he's an extremely quick driver. He's looking very much to try and top the session. Pearls, you joined now. My commentating friend. We do not have A350 here today, so we're just going to have to do the double. Right. Yeah. So, I was a bit late to do something. That's fine. Right, so it's just Q1 started. Currently have 8 drivers on track. Well, not actually that many because TXH is out. Currently, it's at very heavy rain. It's at just under 100%. We're going to be seeing very slow times. But that's quite obviously well known for this sort of weather. That's the reason why I've chosen to estimate the knockout time to be about a 1:11.2, because lap times on here are very slow. But look at that, the rain has stopped. So still very heavy rain, but it's time to start thinking about inters to wets. Sorry, wets to inters. Around 66% humidity, wetness, whatever you want to call it, should be good enough for drivers to make the hop over to intermediate tyres. So not got many other drivers here to look at. Just Maxi has gone a 1:10.6, so he's already got a very safe time. But here we go. Let's take a look at a lap on Y-side if the game lets us. So here we go. In that V-carb, he's put in a lap of 1:09.5. Very nice lap from him. I got Shah in that Red Bull, in that Black Bison. Interesting thing, Thax has not attended today. So, championship leader, not exactly going to be, not 100% sure that he's going to be leading the championship after this one. Lots of drivers.
Same time Alan as well.
Yeah, I mean, Alan, he tends to join later on in the session, so I think we might be seeing Alan later on, but it's still very, very wet. Maxi's out. So, yeah, these drivers, it's a very, very tricky thing to understand because you need to take advantage of these the track evolution, because the track will be getting drier and drier. Still at heavy rain right now, but the rain is decreasing and quite rapidly. So, obviously all the drivers out on wet tyres, doesn't seem that they're going to be moving to inters, probably anytime soon as well. But it still is something to think about. And, alright, so that's good to know. So, drivers like Just Maxi will be able to, if he makes it into Q2, will be able to drive. But here's my main thing that I'm sort of having in my mind. The track conditions are improving, and if you crash out, it's going to be a rather large problem, because you won't be able to take advantage of the better track conditions, because even if you're really slow, you should be going quicker on the inter conditions than the quick driver should be going on the wet conditions. You've now got 01. Don't know who that is. Oh, Yushi has joined the VC, but interestingly not driving today. That's going to be interesting. But here we go. So we've got TXH out. We've got Maxi out. YSI has topped the session in the V-carb. And I think going for another hot lap here. Gone double purple. And this is a very hard section going through these sorts of last corners because you're going to get a lot of oversteer. It's a high-speed section, especially on the wet tyres. Here you go. Oh, is that a little bit wide? To the line? It's improvement to 108.1. Track seems to be improving quite nicely. And Shah, who's that? In the Red Bull. Someone's gone out on the Red Bull. Yeah, it's Shah. It's still on the wet tyres. That's an interesting thing. Obviously, we don't know the rain percentage, and after Czechia, we now know not to say. Yeah, because we might be extremely wrong. But
the track was dry, but apparently it was still raining.
Yeah, still very wet. But obviously, it's improving out there. And of course you've seen the improvement because YSI has gone 1.4 seconds quicker, keep in mind. So, yeah. It's really just going to...
Still no time improvement at all.
Sorry?
Under than YSI.
Yeah, no one's gone under 110. But YSI is... come back on his return after a bit of a vacation. Interestingly, last year's world champion, not even winning a race. He's got a couple poles. He got a pole in France and he got a pole in Baku, but not a win. It was yeah. If I remember, it was third place for him. Sorry.
And a few DNFs, huh?
I don't think. He didn't actually do any DNFs. In France, he got disconnected, which is a bit different from a DNF because he didn't crash himself. And in Baku, just didn't have the consistency that Thax did. And in Australia, just an interesting race overall, let's put it that way. But look, we have some very interesting track conditions. People still, remember, we are in heavy rain conditions, still raining significantly, but not to the point of, you know, that it's actually increasing. But you see all of this is Shah. He's managed to keep it on track. Quite nice show of skill.
He's still on those wets, right?
Yeah, everyone's still on wets, and I suggest that that's probably where they need to be for now. So let's see Shah's line. A very interesting line, staying on the track, because normally going into about turn 2 and 3, you're able to go off into the sand, which means that you're going slower through that corner, but you get a huge amount of speed on the exits. So that's an interesting, take on that. Now it's coming to... Ooh, that's interesting from Shah. It's coming to the end of Q1, and we still haven't seen Alan, still haven't seen Thax.
Yeah. Alan is offline in the server.
Yeah.
Tax is busy playing Dead by Daylight.
You mean he's quite safe at the top of the championship right now? He's able to, really, if he wants to.
He will come back in the race. He'll miss the whole qualifying if he wants to, it's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, 17 minutes on Dead by Daylight.
Very interesting take, but he should be safe at the top of the standings from now on, so obviously I don't think everybody is done. So
Yeah, and
yeah,
we're seeing a good bunch of people here, but yeah.
Wi-Fi going 1.5 seconds quicker than Maxi, and Maxi was out in the first parts.
Yeah,
So that's also
still
interesting.
Still the gap, 2 seconds.
Right. So it's time for Q2. Everybody's into Q2. So it's time for Q2. All drivers line up in the pits on intermediate tyres. So obviously, it has surpassed that 60% wet margin. So right now, intermediates, quickest tyre to do a lap on. And we'll go. Who's that's YSI right out the pits first. Obviously using his very interesting tactics. So, all the drivers, they have no margin of error. Otherwise, they are going to get a very bad qualifying position.
Yeah, and this is going to be an interesting race as well.
Yeah.
Pure rain. If you look at the announcement earlier.
Do you want to take some lap with YSI?
Sure. Very nice on his outlap as well.
Yeah.
Yes, everybody.
Insane attendance, obviously. Yeah. So,
Very insane attendance.
onto the hot lap, you're going to go and cut that corner significantly, then go really wide to carry a bit more speed. So here we go. YSI onto his hot lap. He's one of the few drivers with multiple pole positions in this server and last year's champion.
But so far, his pole to win percentage is 0.
This season, of
Well,
course.
it might change.
Last season, he won a lot of races, not from pole. I think he had 2 pole positions last season. In Zandvoort and in Miami. He's losing the rear a little bit through those corners, but he's keeping it just in there. I think that might be a bit of a corner cut. And it was. He's aborted that lap. Got a lot of drivers going at it one by one. And what are these diabolical corner lines? These aren't qualifying laps. If I'm to guess, they're out laps.
Yeah, probably. Because these are insane lines, basically.
Yeah, and those wouldn't be valid either. So let's have a look.
Yeah.
Last time out, pole sitter, just Maxi. Let's see where he can chuck that Toro Ferruccia, or whatever you want to call it, Ferrari. Of course, last time out he had his carry on.
Provisional pole right there.
Yeah.
Oh.
110.0.
Yeah, fixed provisional pole.
Yeah. Maxi, of course, last time out he crossed the line at Czechia backwards for podium position.
Yeah, for podium position.
Yeah. So of course he was out in Q1. He crashed out in Q1, but he still managed. I think that might be a little bit invalid. But he's carrying on. Of course, just Maxi is in the stage. So we'll have a look at the sectors.
He does have a purple sector 1.
Yeah. Of course, the invalid sector 2. But who's got that purple?
Yeah.
It's Hukadaki. Looking to go even quicker. He's not quickest in that first sector, and Maxi would have gone a 105. So let's see Hukadaki goes on 108.1, matching Y-size Q1 time. But keep in mind, my Y-size Q1 time was on the wets.
Yeah, and this is on Inters now, so
Yeah.
this is definitely going to be improved.
Oh, look at that Mercedes. Is that 001? Yeah. Just losing it.
Yes.
Not a lot of grip out there, but obviously you have some very experienced drivers just finding a lot of it. Y-side, purple sector 1. 3/10 ahead of Maxi. 24.1 sector 2 is outrageous.
Just flying ahead now.
Yeah. Okay, so Y-side to the line.
And across the
Pole
line.
104.1.
Oh, 104.
That is...
Not even a contest.
No. It could be. You have TXH. He led the championship last season, keep in mind. He won very first race of this league. He had some very strong podiums. He came 3rd, I believe, in Mexico. And 2nd in Silverstone. He is a quick driver. And one of the people that I said I did have to go against last season. I know that he's a very strong driver, quite a consistent driver, and is competent in the wets. So let's see where he can put that Red Bull.
And definitely with his teammate as well. This time going for Shaq, who's in the Red Bull.
Yeah. Shah, I think,
He's
is...
going to be playing team captain role.
Yeah, of course, Shah, I think, is reserve, while, of course, TXH is the main. Shah took part as a reserve of TXH last race, out in Las Vegas, and that's a bit of a bump, but he's managing to handle it. TXH, he's gone purple. He's gone purple, but Maxi's gone purple, and Ysai, he's on an outlap, but I don't know, is he gonna find the time? Obviously, the rain has just. Oh, Esteban, he's gone to 2nd. Who's going to the line now? It's Hukadaki. He goes P3. Who's next across the line? It's Altus. Altus doesn't find the time that he needs. Ysai. Oh, TXH goes pole. Yeah, but then there's Maxi. Maxi hasn't put in a time in the Ferrari. Where does he go? He goes ahead by 0.3 of a second, but that's not it yet for Ysai. But it is. He needs to get to the line, and rapidly. He needs to get to the line now.
Yeah, he needs to cut a lot of corners.
Yeah, but he's going to have enough time in hand. Ysai's going to have enough time in hand to get to the line in that Bolting Bison's car. But he needs to find the time, and those tyres aren't going to be great.
Yep, but here we go. Final lap for Ysai.
Yeah. Can he make it a third pole position this season? He didn't find it in Australia. He didn't even qualify in Australia. He got pole position in France quite nicely too. It was a 106 something or other. I think it was 106.3, I believe. And then Baku, he set another amazing pole position there. And in Sector 1, it's purple by a couple of tenths of a second. He now just needs to hustle his car around the track and make no mistakes. Otherwise, he's going to not get the points for that. Ideally for Ysai, he's going to want to try and get a Grand Slam. If not, maybe he's going to definitely want to go and get another idea. He's not gone purple in Sector 2, though. That still belongs to Maxi. So he's going to have to try and find at least maybe another couple 2 tenths in hand. He's matched.
Yep.
He's to the line. It's not. It's invalid.
It's invalid. Just Maxi in the Red Bull.
It's another pole.
No, in the Ferrari.
Yeah, 2 consecutive poles.
Wow.
What was Ysai's time would have been? It would have been a 103.282, so he would have got pole. But just he got that cut in the last corner. That's very unfortunate for Ysai. But very good for Maxi.
So we're gonna have
of course. We've got very far away from the world record by Americans, 59.392, and it's dry. Enough for DRS at least. That's another very interesting thing. Dry enough for DRS, so it's at least at 30%. We're getting close to that to soft margin. It's going to be about 20% humidity, wetness, whatever you want to hop over from those inters to the dries. But that will be in a bit of time. Right now, drivers need to be on. That's a very interesting take from these guys. Hookadaki and all the bottom half of the grid are coming out on dry tyres. Of course, the rain has stopped, but it's doesn't seem to be exactly very dry because it's just lost it, and of course, you ideally want it to be about 20% before that sort of happens. So, very interesting variation. Lots of people starting on the medium tyre. I think I just spot Hookadaki, and let's see, you just got Hookadaki and everyone else, every single other driver on the medium, including our pole sitter, Maxi.
Yep. So that's done for qualifying. Then the race is now next.
Yeah.
We're waiting for the driver.
So, let's see. Everybody needs to be ready. 25 laps around Winford. Is it time? Let's see. Watch the lights.
Watching the lights.
Here we go.
And 5 red lights.
And it's a good start for Maxi. It's a good start for Maxi. TXH just behind, and Ysai, he's got a very good start because he's got right on TXH's bottom. But you've got all of the cars very close together. It's almost so humble jump. But Ysai's already got to the lead.
Ysai just taking the lead.
He's had an incredible start. TXH looking to get past Maxi, not as much yet. Maxi and TXH, they're very close together. TXH seems to have made his way past. They're going up, trying to avoid the bump there. It's going to be a very hard area to go. Lots of drivers going wide there. YSI has shown glass just there. He gained 1.4 seconds in that first sector from the start, and he's already pulled away by a second. Oh, and Yushi's joined. That's interesting. Yushi, he's... I also may congratulate this wonderful Japanese driver, Yushi, going and winning the Las Vegas Grand Prix out in AWC, one of the top leagues for this game. He obviously should have something to show.
Yeah, and now with YSI, there's going to be a great competition here.
Yeah, let's try and not encourage the commentator's curse, though. Let's focus back up.
Yeah,
no more applaud for you. We don't want to give you bad luck. Oh, but that's a bump for YSI. Might be a bit of a corner cut. Not exactly a penalty, though.
no, exactly, but even though he's pulled away, he's not pulled away much now.
He's kept a bit of a gap, but let's see. End of sector 2.
Yeah.
Same. TXH is keeping it rather equal. Seems to have the pace.
Usually just went up to third. Just Maxi. Now he's fighting for that.
Yeah.
Red Bull's position.
My interest is, should Yushi be promoted to Ferrari at this point? Because he very quick. Oh, sector 2. What's happened there? It's Shah. Shah's out. Shah's out of the Canadian Grand Prix. First retirement. Lap 2. Not lap 3. Ignore that. Lap 2. Shah is out. And not a very good replacement for Thax, sadly.
Yeah. And it's the saying goes, welcome to Red Bull. That is what happens.
Oh, YSI hasn't pulled away as much as he'd want from TXH. Let's see. TXH is minusculely gaining on the Swedish driver.
And the gap is actually closing a bit by a few times. But still, yeah, it is 1 second.
YSI, interestingly, having the fastest 2 sectors, but still being gained on by DXH because he had a few invalid stuff. So I have a feeling that TXH, he needs to be careful now. Otherwise he's going to get a penalty and he's going to be dropped most likely to 4th.
Yeah, definitely.
But he's got within a second of YSI. Obviously not as clean sailing as he'd want it to be.
He is closing that gap though. But yeah, like you said, he has to be careful not to get a penalty.
Oh, that's I think it's got a penalty. Yeah, TXH, something's happened. Yeah, he has. As soon as he said that, he goes and gets a corner cut penalty. Bahrain driver pushing as much as he can, but not being as careful as he should be. You've got YSI still leading out front. He's having a nicer time. Now these guys are meant to be a bit friendly. These guys are meant to be friendly, of course. Maxi and Yushi, Ferrari and Haas, and of course both of those teams owned by Vitkol, the operator of this server. They should be having a bit of a friendly time, but obviously not, because those two are absolutely going at it. They've gained a lot to YSI by about a second and a half. Yeah.
Yeah, it's real rapid enough.
TXH, though, on the charge, he's already caught up to the back of these two. He's going for it. And look at that. Maxi's put 2 purples, but then TXH has put 2 purples in. Maxi, why is he struggling? Because what's happened to this guy? He was looking untouchable in qualifying until his last run, of which he just had a small mistake in that last sector. Now he's starting to lose time to the cars behind. Do you think it's just him eking out the tyres? Or is he experiencing some sort of just loss of confidence? Or has he had a slight drift or flip or that we haven't noticed?
Probably, but as we know, he hasn't raced in quite a bit, so it's probably just getting used to the car again.
Yeah. Of course, TXH going minusculely quicker than YSI in
Yeah,
Sector 2.
it's
He's gone and got past Maxi, because I guess he's got a corner cut. Just confirm that. Yeah, he has. Maxi gone and got a corner cut. TXH is right behind Yushi, and Yushi just 2.5 seconds behind YSI. Sector 2 again, I'm guessing it's... Oh, who is it? It's green flag. It was Marcelo. I'm guessing had some sort of mistake. Oh, what's happened? TXH got another corner cut. Not being careful enough. He looks to just go and get past Yushi, and then gets the corner cut. Now he's dropped back down to 4th. So YSI has not been anywhere near as quick as the others. I mean, the others have just shown that they are extremely pacey, but he's been more consistent. He's managed to just bang in lap after lap, and that's just been
Yeah, once I just.
Who's that? Hookadaki? Oh, he's just a bit late. Now that's interesting. Hookadaki has boxed onto the hard tyres. Obviously, a pit stop, first one to box. It's a 14-second pit loss. He's obviously getting a corner cut. 14 seconds lost from that, roughly. And obviously, is that something showing of what's to come? Now, these three are absolutely going at it for the last 2 spots of the podium.
Yeah.
No one wants to finish 4th.
And too much mistakes as well. That's why the gap between them and YSI has increased.
Yeah.
By 6 seconds.
It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah. Because they're racing hard as well, getting corner cut to corner cut.
Yeah.
Usually they're holding the ground here, fighting for P2. Maxi is, you can see in the background there.
Oh my gosh. There's no way I just did this. Hang on, sorry. Right. You have been a lovely commentator on the Discord stream, but on YouTube, didn't have you there. Right, now you're heard by YouTube.
I was muted?
No. It was simply... Hookadaki's lost his front wing. It was just a OBS source issue. So Hookadaki's lost his front wing. That's going to be about 21 seconds this time.
Yeah. Trying to do an undercut, but yeah, that's really failing there.
Yeah. I mean, hard tyres here at Winford are not ideal. Just give you a bunch of understeer.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty much provisionless.
I never think people would actually be saying this, but he's actually a very lucky guy, Mr. Hookadaki, because he's not experienced the problems of a small glitch that's happened. And he's being lapped by the leaders now. That's not ideal. There you go.
All he needs to do now is just cruise back home to get a few points.
Yeah. Now, YSI has just been driving a lovely race. Of course, the rain stopped. Not sure how dry it is right now. Obviously, probably rather dry, I'd reckon. Ooh, what is that?
Ooh.
Oh, and he gets corner cut penalty as well.
Yeah,
they're now right behind.
Yep, that gap now closing.
Oh, and TXH boxes.
And TXH into the
TXH into the
pits.
pits. This is going to be about 14 seconds lost. He's going to drop down about 26 seconds behind YSI. It's another set of mediums.
New sets of medium.
So I'm guessing, most likely, a medium soft. That's the most... that makes the most sense. Obviously, some drivers are going to try and stick it out a bit longer, but TXH going for a very aggressive strategy.
Esteban does go ahead.
Yeah.
TXH probably is a slowdown.
Oh, not great for him, is it? He's just gone and boxed for new tyres, and those tyres meant to give him a bit more grip. Oh, and who's that? Shah. Shah has had a bit of a bump, but he looks okay. He's being lapped, though. That's Esteban Ocon, and he's 12 seconds behind, and he's just about to lap Shah. So you've got Yushi, and you've got... The top three are still staying out on those medium tyres. I think these guys are going for a one-stop, while TXH, he's going for a two-stop, and he's only 13 seconds behind YSI this time round. So he is going to go, the Bahrain driver, he's going to try and push as much as he can. But he has to be careful,
Yeah, he needs to make... Yeah, definitely he has to make up that gap, because, like you said, 14 seconds lost.
Yeah, I mean,
if they
purple
pit,
sector
he
one
will take
straight
the
away.
lead.
He is going for qualifying laps. Who's that? It's Shah.
Yeah,
No, it's not. No,
two.
it's not. Who is it? Something happened in sector 2. I guess not exactly visible. But TXH is going for qualifying laps right now. He is pushing as much as he can. He's now made his way past Esteban, and he's not pit yet. So he's managed to make his way past. He's now going to try and target Maxi. All the other drivers staying out. It is just TXH, and he is making that time, and making that time rapidly. This might be a very good strategy, but we'll see how it turns out in the end, because lots of things can happen in a race.
Those mediums are definitely going to be worn out by now. In lap 15.
Oh, and TXH getting a little bit of a slide, but he's looking okay. Who's that? Is Altus? Altus is fine. He's still in. But YSI, is this going to be a lap where YSI boxes? No. He's gone out very wide, obviously, having no intent. Ooh! 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 What's happened to Yushi? That looks a bit deliberate.
No real win.
It looks a little bit deliberate, but it also, I don't know. And he's staying out. What is this? TXH up to 3rd place. What on earth has happened to Yushi?
He has the Monza spec, but obviously this is the wrong track.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Obviously not a track where you want this to happen.
Of the Peugeot Hypercar.
He's going to get a lot of understeer this lap. It's going to be very slow. But let's see where he goes this lap. And is he going to box? Go Yushi. Yushi, the absolute goat, mate. Alright, that's Esteban Ocon. He's seeming to struggle on the medium tyres. And look at that. TXH, he's made his way past Maxi. So he's now up to 2nd. He is now chasing YSI.
Yeah, and that's YSI pits. He will take the lead. But can he bring those mediums to the finish line if he
I don't think it's not going to be allowed, because he started on the mediums. Oh, and that's a corner cut for YSI. That's a corner cut for YSI.
Ooh.
He's going to have to box again. It's going to be a two-stop from TXH. He started on the mediums, I'm pretty sure. And if he didn't, then that's just a problematic observation from me. But I'm pretty sure it was only Hookadaki who started on the softs, and everyone started on the mediums.
What TXH needs to do, needs to get as close to YSI as possible.
You
and
look
pit
at that.
alongside with him.
TXH is just going for it. The last lap was a 101.2. And YSI's last lap was a 101.9. So it's a majority, it's a huge sort of majority. Of course, YSI is boxing, right? That's our
Right.
leader for the race. He's going for a one stop. That's going to be 10 laps on those soft tyres. So,
No, TXH just to
YSI
put
onto
pedal
the
to the metal
softs.
here. 3 seconds.
TXH into the lead. What's in sector 2? Another thing? I don't know.
Okay.
Usually into the pits after that crash.
Absolutely no front wing, no rear wing.
What's happened to
But
Esteban
yeah, into
Ocon?
the
Oh, he's
pits.
coming out the bits. Lots of people going for the pit stops this lap. TXH, not so much. Of course, YSO's only lost about 14 seconds. So he's come out around, what, like 11? He's only come out at actually 11 seconds behind TXH. So that's an interesting one. Now, let's have a look at YSI's little problem from last time round. If I can actually get it up. You know, it's just going to have to be... This is a bit of a problematic thing. Hang on.
Alright.
It's on the stream.
Well, you do that, I'm just gonna...
So here we go.
What? 2.5 seconds behind.
So here we go. This is YSI. And YSI going off the track near the end of the lap. Not great. And we can have a look at Yushi's accident. Going through, and here's Yushi. He's just lost it all the way through the rear. I don't think that's actually intentional, but that just did happen. So that's not great for Yushi.
Yeah, right. But here's YSI, 1.3 seconds just behind TXH. He's definitely gonna make a move here.
Forecast. Rain has stopped. I know that. I don't know why I put it up. Maxi's dropped significantly behind the front too. And TXH, he's going to probably go for the last 10 laps on the soft tyres. So the last 5 laps are in the soft tyres.
Yep. And here comes YSI making that move.
Yeah, I think he's still...
Tight
Oh,
pedal.
YSI, he does a lot more grip through that hairpin,
yeah.
and he's just ahead. But just edging ahead. Not a huge amount. In fact, no amount. They are a tenth and a half separated. Oh, and that's, yes, as I thought, TXH into the pits.
And that's TXH.
YSI is going to carry on. It's about a 14 seconds, as you know, pit loss for boxing. And TXH into the pits. He's onto the soft tyres. That's his mandatory compound change done for this Grand Prix. He's now going to try and catch up as much as he can to YSI. And he should have at least a few laps of a pace advantage. He's more than McLaren behind him. He's lapped. That's Altus.
Altus, yep. Altus.
So he's going to be about 11 seconds behind YSI. I say 12. You know, brilliant prediction skills, of course. So here we go. We have YSI RB. And he is, of course, having a lovely lead right now, but that's not exactly going to be all the way through. TXH needs to keep this last stint as clean as he can. Of course, Yushi as well. He's going to have to try and keep his last stint as consistent as he can. He is confirmed pretty much a P5. Everyone else is lapped behind him. Or is out the race.
Yeah, mostly lapped.
Who's that? Esteban Ocon. He's linked to have a little bit of a I don't know. Anyway, he's close, relatively close to Maxi. I don't know if it's that Maxi's pulling away or if Ocon is just, or Esteban Ocon is just getting closer, because his last lap was a 101.497 and Maxi's was a 101.8. So it is Esteban Ocon just going and gaining bit by bit. TXH as well, going back to him, he doesn't have the intended effect of that tyre. He's losing about a tenth a sector to YSI. But he's still comfortably in P2. So he's in for a podium, but he's not in for a win, like we thought earlier on.
Yeah, unfortunately not.
We did see some fantastic sort of show of ability, though. Got some very interesting battles going on behind. You got Yushi still within that sort of pack behind, so he can capitalise off anyone else who makes a mistake. TXH is improving, but not as much as YSI. YSI has gone for it. Absolutely. Have you take a look at YSI's fastest lap as well? 59.805. That's an equivalent of maybe a pole position around this lap in a qualifying session. That is very quick. And TXH has absolutely nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, gone to 15 seconds now.
Yeah. Obviously, YSL was just trying to eke out those medium tyres to how long he needed them to last before he just went onto those softs, and that's really worked for him. Because TXH, who tried to push as much as possible, is not able to do anything. Unless something happens to YSI, but I doubt it.
Yeah. He's just gonna focus on cruising back home. 15 seconds ahead.
Yeah. I mean, YSI is just notoriously well known for an incredible amount of skill. And really just being able to be very consistent and keep within the limits. That's YSI's sort of middle name. You could call it, I don't know his last name, do I? But YSI is just extremely consistent.
Oh, that's his last name.
That's a corner cut though.
Yep, a bit of a slowdown.
Is that
Yes,
a bit of a show? Not enough for TXH to, benefit off a win. Nowhere near. But possibly get close, frighten it out, give a little scare, say, I always had you. As he comes to the end of Sector 2, TXH has gained that 3 seconds on YSI.
Yeah, but still that's not going to be enough. YSI now in his penultimate lap.
Of course. It wouldn't even be enough if you gained 3 seconds a lap on YSI.
Yeah.
Even though YSI is on older tyres, it's just not been enough. TXH just didn't stick it out long enough. Because, of course, lap 18 he boxed. And YSI boxed, I think, lap 16. So unless something terrible happens to YSI, it's not going to affect anything. So going into the hairpin, it's a very sort of amazing show from Swedish driver YSI, who's again come back. And
after a few vacations.
Can I do the last lap quickly? Can I commentate it? Alright. So on to the final lap. Into turn 1. It's going to be into 7th gear, around there. Going nice and wide onto the gravel around that corner. It's going to be wide. Doesn't matter though. Because he's got enough corner cuts in hand. It's been a brilliant showing. Through Q1, he topped it by about 2 and a bit seconds. It's been an amazing weekend for him. A not really well-known track either. Most leagues don't even race here in Canada. But he's still shown his absolute class and skill. He left Alpine last year after an incredible World Championship. Last year he managed to win 5 races on the bounce. This race in Canada, he came third, nearly got pole, close to it, and it's going to be a first win this season for YSI RB. He wins the Canadian Grand Prix. And the commanding win at that.
And Whiteside back to winning positions there.
Yeah. TXH.
Go Yushi.
Oh, not great. Pull off a maxi move.
He's done it
obviously.
He's done
Maxi not pulling off a maxi.
And
Oh,
Maxi
nearly.
podium.
No,
Oh.
you're not going to be.
No, wait.
He nearly lost it to Esteban. And go, she.
Nearly.
Oh. Doesn't want to lose that. And there you go. Win for him.
Yep. First win for
YSI just shows
Miami.
his amazingness there. It's been his first win this season after
Yep.
some races where it didn't look good and some races where he just didn't attend. But of course, this time round, very good. And of course, Raid Shadow Legends, Canadian GP. Right.
The 2025 Raid Shadow
brilliant.
Legends.
Vaisai, our winner today, Swedish driver, held a couple world records here too. And
Yeah.
what's happened to Altus? He's lost his nose. That's brilliant. Right.
Nice.
That's been a really good showing from YSI this time round after a long time of just not being here or not showing what he's made of. So,
Yo, and if you want to look in the lead broadcast, there's
Sorry?
a clip that's really cool. There's like a really cool clip in league broadcast chat.
Yeah, I saw it earlier.
Exactly. Of course, YSI
It
winning.
was a cool moment.
I mean, it's been a lovely show from a guy who was dominant last year, and he's just shown why he can do what he did. Of course, it's going to be very hard for him to obtain it back from Thax, because Thax has just been... He won and through on the bounce. Of course, Thax haven't really attended this race, and he only came 8th last race after an interesting red flag. But yeah, of course, it's sort of like the America's triple header in a way. Of course, we had Las Vegas. Now we have Canada. And next time out, Mexico. I think I'll probably be racing there. You'll probably see me on track. And I don't think anyone's doing any interviews unless you want to get any interviews. Maxi, Yushi, and Mr. Download Drum. What team are you? Are you? Oh, Rags. Okay. I'll let you on stage if I can do that.
Yo.
Hello. How was your race? I know that you were significantly off.
I think at the end I was close to Maxi, but like I got a pen, so just I couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah. Right. We stretched it out for a bit longer than it was. Right. Thank you all very much for attending or watching or anything like that this Grand Prix in Canada. And thank you everybody for racing and showing what I do, and especially a well done for YSI. and we'll see you next time out in Mexico City Grand Prix.
Mexico.